Hey, my lovelies. I wanted to come on here, yeah, with a filter because I'm looking a little crazy this morning. But in all seriousness, this is a more serious video. If you have a friend, someone that you know, coworker, whomever, that is struggling, give them a hug. Check on them as often as you can. We are our brother's keeper. We're our brothers and sisters' keeper. And in our world today, we have become so, it's all about me. We're so independent and so concerned with our own world and our own lives that we don't often reach out to those around us that could be struggling. And you're not a therapist unless you are. But if you are not, you can always help encourage them. There's always free resources out there to help someone going through stuff. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have adult men and women friends that in recent years even weeks and months that have gotten to the point of no longer wanting to live. And to get to that point of despair and depression, it takes a lot. And so it's important to encourage one another, to be supportive, to uplift. But again, it's not your job as a person that if your friend is really, really, really struggling, you want to help them get to the right professional resources, the professional help. But in the meantime, in the interim, you want to be there for them. You want to pray with them if they are people that believe in God and the Creator. If they're people that, you can bring them. If you go to church and that's what you believe in, you can bring them to church, or you can take them out for ice cream or dessert, or you can just give them a hug and just encourage them in any which way. Have a laugh evening out, just play games and do things. Look, I know mental health is serious, so this isn't to be taken lightly. If someone is really serious about harming themselves or harming others, you have to help encourage them, or call some type of professional service that can help come and help your friends, if they have children and the children are in harm's way. But all this to say, check on your friends. Some of them don't even have to be in such a dire situation, but just check on the people that you say you love. Because sometimes we get so easily distracted, like I said before, with our lives and doing me and living my best life, that we forget about those around us. And we are important to each other because we do need each other. It takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village also in adulthood to help you stay on track. And I know some people are like, oh, well, once you're an adult, this, then the third. Listen, adults are big children, okay? We should be laughing. We should be doing things that make us happy and smile. We should take vacations whenever possible. Sometimes people can't afford it. I understand that, but drive to the beach or drive to a mountaintop and have a little picnic or do something like that. Play games, video games, color, sing, take up a hobby if you can. There's a lot of free things you can do. Encourage your friends to come out for a walk in nature with you. And I know so many of us have children and responsibilities and what have you. I understand that if you're busy, I get it. But try to reach out to your friend or say, hey friend, I'm busy with X, Y, and Z. I gotta run some errands, but you know what? You're more than welcome to come with me. Make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Some people just feel alone. Look at all the elderly people that are in the nursing homes, and a lot of them don't have anyone to come visit them. I urge you and I encourage you. I've done it, and I haven't done it lately, but it's important to go check on the elderly. It's important to go check on those people that have no one. If you live in a neighborhood with elderly people too, and you can help them, acts of service cost you nothing. And we don't appreciate these things, and we don't appreciate life, and we just experience almost 3.5 years of death and chaos, and we're at war still to this day. We're still going through so much anger and pain and sorrow and grief, and we're so divided today more than ever, and people are just depressed, and there's a spirit in the air of depression that is being poured out on people. So I urge you to, if you're depressed, turn the TV off, put on some good music, some upbeat stuff, something that is uplifting and encouraging. Go on YouTube, look up motivational speeches and motivational things. These things will help renew your mind and renew your thoughts. If you believe in God and you've ever heard growing up that Satan shoots fiery darts at us to attack and to debilitate us, but Christ said to take every thought captive. Why did Christ say take every thought captive? Because he understood that one thought that is seeded into you, to your spirit, can destroy you, can either lift you up or destroy you. That's why he said our speech, our tongue is like a double-edged sword. It can bring life or death. The things that we say to one another are so vital. What you say to your children, what you say to your parents and your co-workers and whatever. Don't speak it. If it's not uplifting, if it's not encouraging, don't even get it here. It shouldn't be here. When you're on the road and you want to curse and flip out on the person that just cut you off, bless them instead. Say, God, you know what? I hope they get where they're trying to go. Forgive them for whatever, because you don't know also what someone is going through. Someone can probably be rushing to the hospital, whether that's a good idea that they're speeding or whatever and cutting you off. No, that's not a good idea. But sometimes they could be rushing to a loved one in hospice care, or someone in their family just had an accident and now they're trying to rush down the highway to get to them because they're in despair and they're frantic and trying to figure out what to do. We need to have more compassion with our brothers and sisters. We need to have more compassion for those around us. Not everybody is going to open up like I am here and sharing what I've experienced and am experiencing. There are people out there that are struggling alone. So be kind to one another. We need more kindness today more than ever. Do something that matters, instead of going home and spending hours watching a series. Go out and do something if you can for someone. It doesn't even have to be a stranger. If you have people in your own friend group that are in need of some kind of help, a friend that has 3 or 4 kids, maybe you could volunteer and babysit for her and her spouse to go out for a couple hours. Little things we can do for one another so people are not drowning. People need the village, a community. We need to go back to that and stop being every man for themselves. If we continue this way, there will be no humanity left to fight for, because we will have all become selfish people, and it's just gonna get worse from there. So please, let's encourage one another. Let's help and support each other. Reach out to your friends and family and anyone that that's struggling, and do something for someone that can never repay you. Do things without intention of receiving anything. I love you guys, and I wish you well, and be blessed.